then you came back out here, and what made you want to start directing? Were you directing in New York, or did you start directing when you came out here?
I think I started directing here because they asked me to, not because I was pursuing it or looking for it. I think Odalis Nanin was the first one who asked me to direct Garbo's Cuban Lover.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh. And we did it when 9/11 occurred. Many famous people came to because everybody wanted to escape from the 9. So our theater got packed. It was a little theater here off of Ventura Boulevard. And I knew everything about Garbo, about Dietrich. I knew everything about all these men because of the nightclub
divas,
thing.
yes.
Yeah. And because I would imitate Garbo's lighting for the photographs and Dietrich's, to take my photographs back then as a nightclub singer. So I would study a lot of their things, so I knew them. So that was the first thing I did, and it was a very good show. It was very successful. And then they asked me to direct something else. It was, I directed like 2 more things in her company. And then I directed my first little feature that is a 10-minute short that I produced. I co-wrote. I co-directed because I needed somebody with more experience than me behind the camera because I've been in front of them all this time. And so I did it with Javier Colon Rios, who directed me in his thesis for AFI 20 years ago. Then he comes back into town and he says, Yvonne, I'm back here, now I'm married, and in anything you need me, whatever. When I did my company because of Jane, I had to create a corporation, so I created Phidias Woman. And I thought, I want to do a little film, why not? And so I spoke to him and said, can you teach me how to do this with cameras, how to be behind? And so we started to train with him. He gives me private classes. And it's wonderful because now I'm going to go into editing.
Oh, yeah.
I already did like the same scene with 2 different ways, how I shot it 2 different ways, how I had the actors do it, interpret it 2 different ways. Ba 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 ba. Now it's a matter of me ba 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 splicing it and knowing how to edit. That was based on a play by Javi Mulero. Mm-hmm. It was called Facing Santa Fe Plaza, the play. When he gave it to me like 25 years ago, I said, Javi, it's like a film. And he said, really? And I said, yeah, it's like a short film. And I put it away. I never thought in my life I was ever going to either produce or direct a film. And then,
you pulled it out.
Por eso, when this came up, I went like, I know what I want to do. That play is the film. Because I wanted to showcase 2 Latinas, middle-aged women, with sensuality, with sophistication, with language. In spite of the fact that you have an accent, doesn't mean that you don't have, on the contrary, it means you know 2 languages. I had Ofelia Medina, it's an incredible Mexican actress, like international Mexican actress, to play the other part. And so we played these 2 women who are married to these professors in Harvard, and they fall in love with each other, but you don't know that. I gave it away until the end of the movie, that is the first day that they are together alone and they've left their husbands to pursue a new life. I thought, well, I wanted to show that they're sexual, that we have accents because we're educated, that we're sophisticated, that they're well dressed. So that's what I wanted to convey with my little film, and we've won awards and stuff. But Jennifer Berenza Mauricio produced it for me too.
Oh, wonderful! I like her.
Yeah.
When you got with Jane the Virgin, you had to set up a corporation.
Yes.
Now you've been an actor years and years and years. What made you set up this corporation?
Well, when you become a series regular, because they pay you a lot of money, you have to set up a corporation.
Okay.
That's what it is. That's all it is. Because if not, the government takes half of your salary, and then you're making your monies as an actor, and then you're done. But because you're earning this quantity of money per episode, they tell you, you know what? This is what you have to do. Then that is corporation money. So that corporation then pays me a salary. So I am under my corporation's salary. All the actors that are series regulars, they need to have a corporation. And that's when you take advantage of the fact that then you can pursue to do other things.
Being a regular on a TV show presents new not problems, but new opportunities and new challenges. So one of them is that you created a corporation so that you can work under it, so they wouldn't take your taxes. And then another opportunity that has come from it has allowed you to have a publicist.
Yes, you need a publicist because they are the ones who, the publicity from the TV station or the studio, they will contact them because it's too much for you to handle, too many things. So they will schedule whatever it is, they accompany you, they represent you when you go on a red carpet. Like, for example, today Camille came with me, one of my publicists, Camille Cortez. That's what it is. She makes sure that I got here safe on time. She will make sure that I take my medication and she's protecting me, because publicists are like sort of like a caretaker also of the actor,
Right.
many things. And they will do all the interview setups that you have to do. Many people will want to interview you and sometimes you don't have the time, so it has to be set up through them. Life gets a little bit complicated when you're doing a show.
You did a lot of recurring on different shows.
A lot.
And then went to having your own series. Did you have any idea of what the responsibility was that would come with being a star on a series, as opposed to, I'm I'm on this show?
I had no idea. Like you said, I was recurring in Teen Wolf. I was recurring in Switched at Birth. I was recurring Glee. I was recurring in a lot of shows that were so good. And I was about to retire. When I saw that Switched at Birth was winning out, I said, I'm out of here. Let me take my 3 pensions, my social, and I'm out of here. When Jane the Virgin, the audition came, that I almost didn't make it because I had jury duty that day. Pero bueno, I did make it and I did get it.
Porque what's for you is for you.
What's for you is for you, no matter what. I'm telling you. I was about to retire, and here it is, boom, a serious regular. But I didn't have any idea what it entailed. Like, I didn't have a 401k. I had a 401k from Equity, Actors Equity Theater, and it was like $89 in the... That was my 401k from Equity. And I didn't know anything about that until I get the series regular. Then the accountant gets to you, and then the accountant says, this is what it is. You have to put your money this way, and badam, and the 401k, and then all of a sudden you have a 401k.
What is your favorite thing of being on a series?
It's a lot of work. It's like working in a factory, because you have to get like the product out, and it doesn't matter. What I like the most is, in my case, it is that I had the opportunity to fall into a TV show that is a good, well-written show. That's what I like the most and what I love the most about my experience as a series regular in this particular show, because I've never had any other. And I know that other people suffer or have rifts or whatever they do. But in this one, we become a family. It's like everybody, like Gina even did background work. So she's so great. When we go into a scene where there's background, we always say thank you to all the background and all the extras that are there, because we come from
You
nothing.
know that, right?
Exactly.
You know that.
Exactly.
You know that road.
Exactly. We know that road, and so this is a very special opportunity that we're having in that show, of having the opportunity to be grateful in more than one ways. But it's great to have a steady job, but I'll tell you, it's a lot of work. You have no life. Social life is out the window.
When you have hiatus, what do you do during your hiatus? Do you take on a play? Do you take on work, or do you rest?
So in my hiatus, I usually go to Puerto Rico, chill out on the beach. I've never taken a vacation in my whole life. All my life I've been working and going to Puerto Rico. That's it.
You're not going to stop working.
I hope
It doesn't
not.
matter. You're not going to stop working.
Even if I don't have a social
Yes.
life, it
No,
doesn't
you're-
matter.
Yeah, because you are a workhorse. You have to be working.
I have to be
So,
working.
so-
Because work gives me pleasure. Because
Yes.
actors, when we do creative stuff, it's like a drug. You become addicted to the creative work, because it's never the same from one day to another. And you're always exploring the human soul and the human mind and how people behave.
Never boring.
Never boring.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Dang.
What is lovely is to see you come full circle.
Right? Oh my God.
You know, to see you working at your craft and doing your stuff and working, getting a job here, getting a job here, and then finally getting a series. The maturity as an actor to know this, I've got to plan this out now. I've got to make sure that the money gets put different places. You know, that because there are people that work, then they get that big break, and they don't do that.
No,
So
but
it's
I'm very aware of that.
right,
I'm very
but
aware that I'm a woman.
but it's
and we
wonderful.
women, we don't get the same opportunities, especially Latina women in Hollywood. We don't get a lot of opportunities. We always get the same parts. You know, I'm a little tired of playing the abuelas only. I see actresses, my Glenn Close, when she playing a grandmother, excuse me, you know, we're the same age. White actresses like Meryl Streep. I know that they're Oscar award winning, whatever, but it's because they've been given the opportunity to play those parts.
Right.
When are we going to be given the opportunity to play those parts instead of just the immigrant? It's okay that we're the immigrant, we will represent. Okay, no problem. But there are other stories, human stories that we're part of that is never shown in this industry because this industry is designed to make a product and that's it, you know, to sell it. And what sells is what people think they know about, which is the Latinos are all brown, they're all immigrants, and that's it, or they're illegal.
What legacy do you want to leave?
Oh, what I would like to leave is for any other Hispanic actor in this market that wants to break into the North American market, I would say just, and I'm going to say something that will sound racist, and so be it. We have to train 7 times harder than the white actor and even the black actor. Because the white actor is already in. The black actors, they have a channel, they are already in. We don't have BET, we don't have anything. Therefore, in order for us to compete, we have to be 7 times better. We have to know 7 times how to do it differently than what is expected of a white, especially of a white actor, so that we're able to compete. Because if I want to compete with Glenn Close, I have to be as good as Glenn or better than her, and I think I am. The fact that they don't give us the opportunities is a different game, huh? They give it to me in the theater.
But
because I played Mother Courage and I was nominated at the same time that Meryl was doing it in New York. I was doing it here in Berkeley. And I was nominated by the San Francisco Basic. And when the critics nominated me for Best Actor, I thought I won. You know why I thought I won? Because they never said, oh, but she's Puerto Rican. How dare she play a German because they didn't change anything in the script. So that was my win. I said, yeah, what I did was craft. I brought craft into and that's why I was cast. So that's what not that we want to play only the white parts, but that we can be as competitive and that we can play the white parts if we want to. I mean, and if they're open for us to do them too, you know.
Well,
so if I can inspire any Hispanic actor to train double and triple, so nobody can defeat you. Anyway.
Amen.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry. You're telling the truth. In the next 10 years, because you're not retiring, what do you want to do? Because you mentioned shooting.
Yeah.
And as you were talking, I love the idea of that short becoming a film. Yeah, so if they could do my favorite, you could do.
Yeah, from now on, you got it. Yeah, I would love to be able to produce I want to produce films and direct them. And I have 2 films in mind, which is My Mother's Life, which she always told me, my life is a movie, but I never knew until one day she came out of the bathroom and she said, okay, so this is it. And then she told me how poor she was and where she came from dirt and no shoes and so poor. And how she built herself up to be the highest, most recognized hairstylist in Puerto Rico and out of Puerto Rico International, where the international shows in New York would stop to honor her. And I saw that happen. And then she would end up training all the hairstylists that would earn all the awards out internationally in France, in Canada, in New York. I want to see how I can make her life, because I want to leave that legacy to my country. Just a Puerto Rican icon that can inspire other generations and other females in Puerto Rico. And uh, the other one that I want to do is Adoration of the Old Woman, which was a play that Jose Rivera wrote with me in mind, and I play a 105-year-old that I already did, and I got the awards from San Diego Critic Circle. I want to do that movie because it's about this nationalist Puerto Rican woman, and it's about this younger generation Puerto Rican girl that comes from New York to live with her bisabuela, and how she discovers her Puerto Rican identity. It's a very beautiful play that I intend to make into a film.
I am
So those are the
excited
two
to see
things.
both of them
Thank you.
and the short. Yes.
Gracias.
Thank you so much for being with us today. I love you so much. I'm so
Gracias.
happy to have you, and I'm so
Thank you.
thrilled for all your good fortune
Gracias.
because of your hard work, because it
Thank you.
wasn't an accident.
No.
You worked hard for this. So I'm so happy for you.
Gracias, Lydia.
I'm
It's
so
my
happy.
pleasure to be here
Thank
with you
Thank you.
and with
Thank
your
you. Thank
daughter
you.
that I
Thank you.
saw so little, and now she's a woman and she's directing us. I love it. I love you.
Thank you. Love
Thank
you
you.
too. I'm so happy you got to watch this video, and please put in the comments below how Yvonne has inspired you, because she inspires me all the time, and I want to hear what she said that made a difference to you.